So, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How's
Good
your
afternoon,
day?
ma'am.
No, how's your day?
It's good, ma'am.
We're
We're
fine
fine,
po.
ma'am.
Okay, good to know that you are all fine. So, before we start our lesson, may I ask if there's have any absent?
There is none, ma'am.
None, ma'am.
Okay, good are all present. To start our discussion, I'm going to present some sentences and I want you to observe each sentences. Give me a minute. The PowerPoint is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So before we observe, I want you to read first. So who wants to read first?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Um, Few members of the family leave their hometown each year. The second sentence is a few members of the family leave their hometown each year. The third sentence, we had little time to prepare before we had to go. The last sentence is we have a little time to prepare before we had to go.
Okay, thank you, Miss Navarro. So now let's observe the given sentences. I give you a few seconds to observe. Okay, now, what are your observation on the given sentences?
Sorry, ma'am.
One. Yes, Miss Torio.
Mm, Ma'am, I observe on the first and second sentences are similar, but on the second sentence, there's adding word a before the word few po.
Very good, Miss Torio. How about to the next and last sentences?
Ma'am.
Anyone? Yes, Miss Lim.
Ma'am, I observe on the third and last sentence. Says sentences are similar but there's adding word a before the letter on the last sentences.
Very good, Miss Lim. Thank you. So next, ah, on the graph, there's a modifier, object, and kind of object. On the column of the modifier, there's a few, a little, and little, right?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, what does indicate on the next column? Anyone? Anyone? Volunteer?
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Torio.
The objects po, like members and time po.
Thank you. Good. If you can observe, when we back on the sentences before, um, yeah, um, the word member and time is placed before the modifier. Can you observe that? So a
Yes,
few,
ma'am.
yes, a few and few are modifier and member is the object. A little and little are modifier, so time is the object. So You think there's a rule when construct a sentence using this for modifier? Anyone?
Ma'am,
Yes, Miss Navarro.
I think I think so, ma'am.
How do you say so, Miss Navarro?
Ma'am, because on the graph in the last column, there there's indicated countable and uncountable nouns po.
Very good, Miss Navarro. So, let's proceed to the rule. The rule is few is a quantifier used with plural countable nouns. Without the article a, few emphasize a small number of something. And adding the article, remove the emphasis. A few means some. So, let's, for the little modifier, little is a quantifier or modifier used with singular uncountable nouns. So, the few is plural countable nouns, while the little is singular uncountable nouns. And also, without the article a, little emphasizes a small number of something. Adding the article, remove the emphasis, a little means some, like for the a few modifier. So when it comes to few and little, adding an a can change the meaning of the sentences in which they appear. The change is subtle, however, so it can be easily missed. So another the rule again is when we use few, um, few with countable nouns. Always remember that the a few and few is countable noun and in the plural form, while the little and a little is with uncountable noun. Um, we use the word few when we want to talk about the quantity of something. Usually, we use it when we want to talk about a small quantity. For example, for example, first is who wants to read the first sentences? Anyone?
Ma'am,
Yes, Miss Nim.
so the first sentence is few members of the family leave their hometown every year.
Okay, thank you. In the first sentence above, or in the first sentence, we use few to indicate that only one or two members of the family live down. Most of them stay put. So, the kinds of object will be what? Will be countable nouns, right? Countable nouns because you can count the members who will live. Then if we were add a to few, we would be saying something else. Who wants to read the next sentences or
Sorry
next
po, ma'am.
sentence? Yes, Miss Torio.
A few members of the family leave their hometown every year.
Thank you, Miss Torio. Now here we're saying that some members of the family leave their hometown. It's still not a lot of them, but emphasis on the fact that there are some who do live and not a small number. So The kinds of object will be also a countable noun because you can count the members who will live either 5 or 10 members. It will also, can you count it? So it will be countable nouns. Next is example for little and a literal. Are you still there, class?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move on to the next example for little modifier. Who wants to read the little modifier sentences?
Ma'am,
Yes, Miss Navarro?
we had little time to prepare before we had to go. We had a little time to prepare before we had to go.
Okay, thank you, Miss Navarro. So, when you observe in the first example, we're saying that didn't have a lot of time. Didn't have a lot of time before we had to go. So, the kinds of object will be what, class?
Uncountable nouns po.
Yes, very good, Miss Navarro. It will be uncountable because the time can count how long or the duration time will spend. Next is on the second one. We had a little time to prepare before we had to go. We're saying that we had some time, even if not a lot of it, to, to prepare. So, the kinds of object will be uncountable too, or uncountable nouns too, because you can count how long or the duration of time you spend it. So, always remember that when we say countable nouns, the nouns we use after the quantifier or the few and a few quantifier will be countable and plural noun. Ay, plural form rather. And when we say uncountable nouns, it is a little and little modifier or quantifier. The nouns we use after the quantifier will be uncountable and singular form. Are we clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So I think you are we're, are clear. So okay, now can we move on to the our can we move on to our exercises?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the direction is complete the sentences with appropriate quantifiers. It is a few, few, little, and a little. So I will give you 10 minutes to answer our exercises. Write on a sheet of paper and take a photo of that and attach it in our Google Classroom. I posted the exercises there are as an assignment. After answering, volunteer or I will call you to answer the exercises. So let me know if you're done answering 1 to 5 because there's another set 6 to 10. Okay? Are we clear, guys? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So your 10 minutes starts now. Are you done answering 1 to 5, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's move on
Yes,
to
ma'am.
number 6 to 10. Okay, last 1 minute, class. Last 30 seconds. Last 5 seconds. And time's up. I hope you are all done answering the exercises I gave it to you. So now I will call, or who wants to volunteer to answer number 1? Read the
Ma'am,
sentences before answering. Okay, Miss Navarro?
I have coffee with blank milk. I think the answer is a little. I have
Yes, very good. Very good, Miss Navarro. So who wants to answer number 2?
Sorry po,
Anyone?
ma'am.
Okay, Miss Torio?
Lance has blank friend in Korea. I think the answer po is few po.
Very good, Miss Torio. Okay, let's proceed to number 3. Who wants to answer number 3?
Ma'am,
Okay, Miss Lim?
so number three,
Yes.
blank. Coconuts fell from the tree. So I think the answer po is a few.
Okay, very good, Miss Lim. Um, let's proceed to number 4. Who wants to answer number 4?
ma'am.
Yes, Miss Navarro, is that you?
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay, proceed.
always I always enjoy blank cream and sugar in my coffee. The answer is a little.
Yes, very good. Very good, Miss Navarro. So now let's proceed to number 5. Who wants to answer number 5? Anyone?
Sorry po, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Okay, Miss Torio?
Um, I'm not very happy about it, but I suppose I have blank choice. I think the answer is little po.
Very good, Miss Torio. So now let's proceed to number 6. So how about number 6? Who wants to answer number 6? Anyone?
ma'am.
Okay, Miss Lim?
Number six, Leia likes blank Goya chocolate every time she's stressed. So I think the answer for number six, ma'am, is a few.
Very good, Miss Lim. So how about number 7? What is the answer for number 7? Who wants
Ma'am,
to answer?
Navarro po.
Yes, Miss Navarro?
I really would like blank peace and quiet. I think the answer is a little.
Very good, Miss Navarro. So, next is number 8. Who wants to answer number 8? Anyone? Anyone from the class?
Ma'am,
Miss Lim, is that you?
yes po.
Okay, proceed.
So number eight, my mother picks blank mangoes from neighbor's tree. So I think the answer for number eight, ma'am, is a few.
Very good, Miss Lim. So, proceed for the number 9. Who wants to answer?
Sorry po, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Torio, proceed.
There were blank children in the class. Ma'am, I think the answer po is few.
Very good, Miss Torio. So, last number, number 10. Who wants to answer?
Navarro po.
Yes, Miss Navarro.
There's blank chance of rain for the next day. The answer is little.
Okay, very good, Miss Navarro. Okay, class. Job well done for answering our exercises. So, are we clear now, class, for our topic for today about few, a few, little, and a little?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, always remember the few and a few is countable nouns and into the plural form. And a little and little is uncountable nouns and it is singular form. So, if we are clear, um, before we end our meeting for today, I'll give a quiz, but you will pass it on our Classroom today at 5 p.m. is the deadline. So here are the quiz. So, construct two sentences for each of the following quantifiers or modifiers. A few, little, and a little. A little and a little rather. So, there's any question, class?
None, ma'am.
None, ma'am.
So, if none, let's our end this meeting. See you next week. Goodbye, class. Thank you for your all cooperation. I enjoy teaching you. Thank you, class.
Thank
Bye.
you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.